Hello, all you lovely people, and welcome to another video of mine. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at Serious Sam 4 on the Xbox Series S. Let's start the game by taking a look at the options. Now, as far as the graphics options go, you do have two options that you can choose from. One, of course, is the quality mode, which is the graphics mode here. And the other option is the performance mode. Let's start the game with the graphics mode and see how it goes. Hopefully, we should be able to change it in-game, and hopefully we should not have to restart the game because some of the games have that where you have to restart the game when you toggle between the two options. As far as the difficulty goes, always the easy mode for all the videos that I make. Man versus Beast. All right. Okay, that's a nice title to begin with. Now the load times, well, I can say that it's longer than I anticipated, because for a game like this, I thought that the load times on the Series S would not be as long as this. There have been other games, other graphically intensive games which I've played on the Series S, which have had a much shorter load time. So I'm quite surprised as far as the load time goes. This is a Series X and S optimized game because it comes along with that logo. So it's supposed to be played on the current gen of consoles. Wow, that's quite a long loading time. So it should give you an idea as to how long the loading time really is.
Folks, this is Bill Corwin on Radio Free Earth with the news. In the ongoing Tunguska offensive, EDF troops are being pushed back toward Irkutsk. Meanwhile, we're 4 weeks into the occupation of France, and we're starting to get reports of local resistance cells reestablishing communications with...
I was going to be a vidcaster on Alpha Centauri. I had it all planned out. I even had the equipment.
I was a cook. Nothing fancy. I just like to cook.
I was a cook, nothing fancy. I just like to cook.
Soldier? Fuck no. I could have been a wrestler. Or a porn star.
My God.
I studied frogs. Frogs are amazing creatures. I told them there was something out there, but no one believed me.
You know what's funny? I used to be a pacifist.
The truth is, they don't care about who we used to be or what we wanted to do.
The quality of the cutscene is
slaves.
Good.
But if they thought this was gonna be easy, they came to the wrong fucking planet.
I'll tell you what, the quality is quite nice. I mean, even the cutscene here, it's pretty decent. Serious Sam, the hero. But there was nothing serious about the opening cutscene, by the way. Very cheesy. There's a lot happening here in this scene. A lot of enemies. It looks like a nice big battleground. And as far as the graphic goes, I quite like it. I mean, the start is surprisingly pretty good looking. Alien ships in the background. It kind of reminds you of the scene from Avengers Endgame. Let me know if you feel the same. Although that was more, I mean, way better. But it definitely has some sort of a cheesy feel to it. You know, like if you ever made a cheap Avengers Endgame movie, then, well, that'll look like this, probably. Let me know your thoughts as well. So now we finally begin with chapter 1, called Death from Above. Now, while this is on the load screen, let me give you a little bit of a background about Serious Sam as to, you know, the information that I was able to pull up. It's a first-person shooter released in 2020, and it's developed by a Croatian studio called Croteam and published by Devolver Digital. It's a part of the Serious Sam series. I haven't played any one of those games, and it's actually a prequel to Serious Sam 3. So it released on Microsoft Windows, on Stadia, and also on the PlayStation 5 and on the Series X and on Series S. So here it says 92 hours earlier. The cutscenes are not bad. I'd be honest, you know, I mean, it's all right. I know that this is not exactly a AAA title, and it's more like, I mean, if you've taken a look at the opening cutscene, it's very cheesy, more like a B-grade movie. It has that feel, you know what I mean? It has that B-grade movie feel. cheesy one-liners and...
So we're gonna rendezvous with a priest.
Yep.
Because he knows where to find the Ark of the Covenant.
Yep.
Which contains
Ark
the
of the
Holy
Covenant.
Grail.
Yep.
Which is an alien artifact.
Wow, an alien artifact. I mean,
So
come
we
on.
have to go to the Vatican.
Yep.
It's just ridiculous.
That's AAA, rookie. Get used to it.
I don't know. This is some Da Vinci Code shit, man.
I mean, the
You don't like the Da Vinci Code, Sam?
lip movement is,
Some good
I would say,
theories.
respectable. I mean, the voice acting, of course, is not...
So,
I don't know if they really meant to make it this way, or
Dick, I guess.
Philip K. Dick.
Wait.
they just made this by mistake. I have no idea because I haven't played any of the games. If it's intentionally silly, then they've done a very good job because it's so bad that it's good. Just like, you know, a lot of B-grade movies, they're so bad that they're actually good. So it all boils down to whether it was intentionally made or whether they just honestly made it and they thought it was good, but hey, it's not that good. But I'll tell you what, you know, I mean, in terms of the level design, it doesn't look that bad.
What's happening?
The texture on the car, the tires,
Convoy's foobar. Gotta regroup and get out of here, or
it looks
get out of
nice.
here and
The
regroup,
trees or
Casualties?
the grass and the texture on the ground
Driver's dead. Rookies.
look sharp.
I'm alive, I think.
So, rookie, what's your name?
Kenneth, sir.
All right.
I don't know if you're noticing this in the video,
We're gonna kill
but there's something weird with the shadows. It has this kind of a flickering kind of a feel. I don't know why.
Did you miss me?
So I'm of course playing on the graphics mode because that's how I started. And it feels smooth. It doesn't look bad at all.
Sir,
It looks quite nice
my
actually.
gun broke?
And
Don't worry, kid. I got
as far as my experience goes, I think it says 30 FPS based on, you know, what I'm personally experiencing. I think this is 30 FPS if I'm not wrong. I however don't have that information. If you have that information, let me know in the comments section. This is the graphics mode. From my personal experience, I can say that this is around the 30 FPS mark. But let's also choose the performance mode and see how that impacts the overall performance and whether we actually get a 60 FPS or not. This definitely feels smoother. And I don't think that there's even a loss in the resolution or, you know, the graphics. It looks the same to me. I'm not sure. It looks quite nice, even in the performance mode. So I'm not sure what's happening here, but there's hardly a difference. Let's just quickly skip over to graphics mode just to double check. Well, I did choose the performance mode last time. So let's see this. Let's take a look at the trees, the draw distance. It's definitely better. However, it's not as smooth as the performance mode. So let's go over to the performance mode again. Let's select performance. There's hardly a drop. It's negligible in terms of the resolution, but in terms of the frame rate, it looks smoother, I'll admit. So it looks like it's 60 FPS. However, I'm not sure if it's 60 FPS. It feels like it is. Even when I'm sprinting, it's smooth. It's quite smooth. So the performance mode, I think it's around 60 FPS, but do let me know in the comment section if you have that information. You can't pick the weapons up, all right.
Sir,
And again, those huge alien, I don't know if it's a
bigger than I
spaceship or it's an actual alien in the
How
sky.
to use it. I once killed a clear with a nail clipper.
Killed a... What with a nail clipper? I mean, again, these cheesy one-liners. And I know the game title says Serious Sam, but let me tell you, you know, the last 10 minutes that I've gamed on it, almost 10 minutes, there's nothing serious about it. Now the game developers, I think it's intentional. You know, they've intentionally made this non-serious. And they've called it Serious Sam. Oh, that is creepy. That is creepy. Ooh. Oh, there's a third-person mode as well. So you have an option of changing the camera angle as well. So you can go from the first-person mode over to a third-person mode. So not only do you have graphics and performance modes, but also you can change the camera modes from a first to a third person. Now, if you've been following my channel, you know that I'm a big fan of third-person action-adventure games. So I like third-person games, and I'm glad that this actually gives me an option to choose that. Now that is one seriously weird assassination. What's happening? I don't even know what's happening. Man, that animation is like he's just standing in one place and the enemy is coming over and that's it. It's so weird. Now, I don't know if you have noticed, but I am playing on the easiest mode available and therefore I don't even have a health bar. Oh man, look at that kick. Ooh, that is some weird animation. I don't even know what's happening. Ooh. It's funny. It's darn funny. Again, I think it's because of the fact that this is primarily a first-person shooter. So the third-person mode is kind of an afterthought, maybe, because the animations in the third-person mode, the character movement that is, and the character animation is ridiculously bad. It feels like a puppet on string. That's what it feels like. Let me know your thoughts as well. Oh, there's the big guy. Oh, shoot. Okay, all right. That was satisfying. Okay, so all the enemy parts, after the enemy bursts, they all disappear in the background. It's to cut the load in the game, so all the textures kind of vanish miraculously.
Sir, if I remember correctly, the map in the mission briefing showed an EDF storage
Man, the third person camera mode. Look at that jump. Look at it. I'll do that again.
Sir,
It is so weird. That is ugly.
Please hurry up.
And there's nothing funny about it, by the way. I think it takes away from the immersive experience. So if you're playing this game, I don't know, I'm just playing it in third-person mode because I like third-person shooters or third-person action-adventure games. But, hey, I think, I would rather play this in first-person mode than the third-person because the character animation is so freakishly bad that it makes you feel like you're controlling a puppet on a string, and it just takes away from that immersive experience. So if you do want to play this game, play it on the first person mode. I was gonna say that thankfully, hey, there is a third person mode as well, but hey, it's bad, so don't play it on the third person mode. Well, I appreciate the fact that they kind of included it, so I should give them marks for that, but hey, if you're doing it, do it properly. This is, I mean, look at that animation. Look at that assassination animation. It's just like, time stood still. Look at that. I mean, come on. It is so bad. So bad. Whoa. Let's switch over to the first person mode again. I'll tell you what, I mean, as far as the shooting experience goes, it is satisfactory, when you finally take an enemy down, when their heads explode, it's oddly satisfying. So the gore and the blood, I mean, I won't deny that it's satisfying, but the question is, how long can you actually put up with it? Because so far, I have not seen a lot of variety. I've only had the pistol. I have not had access to any other weapons. Generally, in shooters like this, you have access to different types of ammunition. like a shotgun, a rifle, and various type of guns. So far, only the pistol. It's been 15 minutes in the game. Hopefully, I will be getting, you know, some sort of or a different type of a gun. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But since this is a first person, then well, I'm just kind of lost there. I was trying to listen in. All right, I'll tell you what, you know, I mean, the game looks good. I won't deny that. Okay, so far the textures, the foliage, the trees, the walls, everything looks sharp. So even on the performance mode, it doesn't take too much of a hit. And
I repeat, if you're in or near Rome, evacuate now. Good luck to you all.
oh, I don't know where to go. I'm just aimlessly wandering around. So, where do I go? Where do I go? Okay, this hopefully, you know, gives me an opportunity to just scan the whole area around. And well, as far as it being a Series XS or a PlayStation 5 game, it looks the part, except for the third-person view. Don't play it in the third-person view. But the shadows in the gameplay are not that bad, but the shadows in the cutscenes were really bad. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
An update on the Tunguska offensive.
Now, this game is available on the Series XS and on the PlayStation 5. Now, the good thing is that it's available on Game Pass. So you don't have to shell out extra money to purchase this. And if you want to play it on the PlayStation 5 or the PlayStation 4, oh, you do have an option of, you know what I mean, just by pressing the button, you can actually see where you can go. So coming back to, if you do want to play it on the PlayStation consoles, then you'll have to pay for it. And I'm not sure if I can actually recommend getting it for full price. If it's heavily discounted, then maybe, yeah, you know, get it if it's heavily discounted. I don't even know how long is the single player campaign, but I think I'd be bored in the first couple of hours or so, because the gameplay is repetitive. You know, I mean, concept is simple. Hordes of enemies coming at you. All you got to do is shoot them, take them down. And I don't know how much of it you can put up with for hours and hours, because it can get pretty boring after a while. Well, this is the shotgun, so I've already got a shotgun now. Wow, okay. So there is some variation in your weapons. But again, you know, I mean, what I'm trying to say is the gameplay is pretty straightforward. It feels more like a game from the early 2000s. It feels dated, but it does not look dated. If you understand what I'm saying, yeah?
I think he just gets bored.
And what I've noticed so far is there's a lot of enemy variation. So, you know, a lot of different enemy types that you will come across. And even in the first 18 minutes, you know, I've had different types of enemies. Man, this shotgun is very satisfying. And the best part is that since it's the easy mode, I don't even have to aim. I just shoot and it just gets the enemy. That's it. So the gameplay mechanic is satisfying, but I think it will get old very soon. The gameplay, that is, because it's just the same thing over and over and over again. So, but hey, if you like games from the early 2000s, if you like first-person shooters, if you like cheesy one-liners, ridiculously bad jokes, all right, another enemy character. Wow. So it keeps you satisfied, you could say, in terms of the variation of the enemies. The enemy types are satisfying. And I was just saying, you know, if you like B-grade movies, if you like games from early 2000, first-person games, shooters like this, like mindless shooters, I would just call it a mindless shooter. If you want to have a good time, then hey, you can get your hands on this, but I would recommend that you get your hands on it only when you get it on a very heavy discount. Otherwise, don't bother getting it. On the Xbox, well, the good thing is that it's on the Game Pass. So, hey, you can just download it, try it. If you like it, don't like it, just delete it from your consoles, from your storage, that is. But will I recommend it? It's tough to recommend it because I found it a little repetitive, even in the first 20 minutes. So I'm not sure if I'm actually going to go back and play this game. I think I'll just remove this game. Been there, done that kind of an experience. If it's I'd probably play it if it's like if the world's coming to an end, if it's one of the last games that I can get my hands on, then hey, yeah, I'll give it a try. Or, you know, if you're drunk, maybe, you know, you can give it a try. But under normal circumstances, will I give it a try? Only if it's free. And it's free. I mean, not exactly free, but it's included in the Game Pass. So yeah, try it out on the Game Pass. But on the PlayStation 5 and 4, on the PlayStation 5, wait till it's heavily discounted. And otherwise, you know, there's no point getting this game, in my opinion. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. I mean, the textures are nice, the graphics are all right, but it's just that the gameplay, although it's satisfying, it's oddly satisfying, by the way. I'm surprised that I'm saying that, but I think it'll get old very soon. So, because I like games, you know, where you actually upgrade your character. I like role-playing games. So there's the sense of achievement. But here, same old, same old. I mean, you keep doing the same thing. It's already, you know, in that repetitive territory. So do let me know, you know, what are your thoughts about this game? I mean, looks-wise, it's great. Gameplay-wise, not so much. But hey, I'd be very interested to find out, you know, your thoughts. If you have any questions about this game, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And hey, keep chatting with me through the comment section. I love to hear from you, and I love it, you know, when you talk about games through the comment section. And if you like this type of video or videos like this, then do hit that like and subscribe button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. It helps my channel grow. And also hit that bell icon in case you want to get notified with all my latest videos. Now with that said, it's a wrap for this one, and I'll see you lovely folks in my next video. But until that time, I'd say take care, stay safe, happy gaming, and may God bless you all.